Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang pag-ibig, pero sa silawan ng anak ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa pagtulungi, di ka masisihin, sa nagatang bulong sa simulan, sa langit mo baka, ay nilagang tula at awit sa pagdayang pinamahal, ang bisap ng bawat mo'y takong may nalapit, ang bituin ng araw niyang kailang mabalib at dinilig, lupa ng araw ng marit ang sikap, buhay ay laging sa piling ko. Ang iligaya na ay makakapit, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sandigan ka ng bawat Pilipino, nasa puso mo ang pagtulong sa bawat tao. Maayos na kalusugan ang iyong hinahangad, pag-aaruga mo ay walang hanggan. SPMC, tanglaw ka at pag-asa, sa kalusugan ikaw ay nauna. Tapat at totoo ang iyong serbisyo, damdamin ka ng bawat Pilipino. Ang mga nangangailangan ay iyong tinutugunan, walang sawang pagmamahal ang iyong binibigay. Kalingan, pag-unawa ang iyong pinadarama, yan ang tanging naming pag-asa. SPMC, tanglaw ka at pag-asa, sa kalusugan ikaw ay nauna. Tapat at totoo ang iyong serbisyo, damdamin ka ng bawat Pilipino. SPMC, tanglaw ka at pag-asa, sa kalusugan ikaw ay nauna. Tapat at totoo ang iyong serbisyo, damdamin ka ng bawat Pilipino. Damdamin ka ng bawat Pilipino.
A pleasant day to everyone from the land of promise and from the largest government hospital in the country, Southern Philippines Medical Center. Ako po si Nurse Mark Angelo Andrada.
At ako naman po ang inyong Health Education and Promotion Officer, Lotis Jason. Wishing everyone a blessed day and thanking everyone for joining us in today's event, which is seen Mindanao-wide, nationwide, and even globally by our fellow SPMCians and by their families.
This is the annual SPMC Service Awards, ang natatanging programa that shines the spotlight on the healthcare workers and public servants who have given heart, skill, and mind for every SPMC patient throughout the years.
Kaya naman, deserve nila ang ating taos-pusong pasasalamat. We take a very short break from all the worries that surrounds us to show how grateful we are. This day is for all of you.
And speaking of pasasalamat, nauna rayan ang captain of the ship, punong abala at hepe ng SPMC. Please welcome our Medical Center Chief, Dr. Ricardo Audan.
Undersecretary of Health, Dr. Leopoldo J. Vega, Chief Administrator, Attorney Mata, Chief of Finance, Ma'am Barbara Cesar, Chief Nurse, who is also an awardee, Ma'am Vilma Comoda, OIC CMPS, and at the same time, the Chief Training Officer, Dr. Lynn Concha, and Chief of the Allied, Ma'am Lani Paler. To all the awardees, mayong hapon sa inyong tanan. It gives me great pleasure to welcome every one of you in this virtual service awards. This is indeed a special day because today is about publicly acknowledging your loyalty and commitment over all these years. Such loyalty and dedication is something exceptional in this day and age. Let me begin with a quote from a great Chinese philosopher, Confucius, and it says that, "Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life." As the country deals with an infectious surge driven by a highly transmissible virus, you have always been for and with the patients every steps of the way, especially during a time of great need. You have always been dedicating your time and efforts in doing what's beyond the bare minimum and beyond what is expected of you. For the past years, you wake up and go to SPMC every day, not because you have a work to attend to, but because you have the passion of service to others. You do not view it as a work because you love what you do. As a matter of fact, amidst the pandemic, you are all on top of the situation and you are considered the modern heroes of today. And through the years, I saw that you possess three key characteristics that are common to all of you. These are humility, loyalty, and resilience. First key characteristic is loyalty. Being loyal is a noble quality in every man. During your service here in SPMC, you may have considered other attractive job offers, but decided to stay here. That's loyalty. I know that you have every reason to leave SPMC, especially during this time of pandemic. Yet you remained loyal to what you have oath, and that is to be of service to every Filipino people, whatever race, color, social standing or so. You did not let fear or the risk of getting infected with COVID deviate you from your path of virtue. You value your loyalty more than your own life. I believe that is a reflection on the level of job satisfaction you must have felt. Hence, SPMC is very much fortunate to have employees like you with utmost loyalty. Second key characteristic is humility. Being arrogant robs a person of her ability to achieve. Even experts in their fields still have a lot to learn. Some of you may have started your careers here in SPMC in the late 80s, an era of non-stop innovation. It was all about innovation, change, and wherein progress did not stand still. With this, your life here in SPMC may be a never-ending journey of growth and learning. But I am extremely proud that you use every opportunity that SPMC provided you for self-development. You use every opportunity to do your work to the best of your abilities. SPMC is again fortunate to have leaders who see the potential in the people around them. Doctors who nurture the residents and help them realize their potential to become more proficient in their fields and reach their goals. Supervisors who are eager to learn more and willing to hear their subordinates' ideas and opinions. After all of these are not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of our patients as well. The patients are our ultimate driving force in learning and growing as healthcare workers. Third key characteristic is resilience. This COVID-19 pandemic has brought about major changes in most areas of our lives, which cause stress, anxiety, and fear to all of us. Even our operations within the hospital are not considered normal anymore. We have to switch from face-to-face consultations to teleconsultations, from face-to-face meetings to virtual meetings. We have to wear face masks, face shields, and PPEs, and some activities will have to be put on hold. It has been 19 months since the beginning of this pandemic, and although no one is sure how much longer this will last, you embrace and adapted to these challenging life situations. Always know that your efforts and sacrifices are recognized and well appreciated, and that we will surpass this crisis because we are united and we act as one. To the retirees, often when you are at the end of something, you are at the beginning of something else. You have just come to the end of a chapter, and now you will be facing another chapter of your lives. I know it will be a difficult transition for sure, as your careers have been your passion all these years. In fact, you have witnessed the growth and development of SPMC. You have been with different hospital directors. Some of you have found their soulmates here. In short, SPMC have been your second home. Nevertheless, may we be proud of the work you have done, the person you have become, and the difference you have made during your service here in SPMC. I hope that you have also benefited from your experience here and that you have taken advantage of the opportunities to advance your personal and professional goals while working here. To the awardees, we are so proud to have you as part of the SPMC family. Through the years, your talents and efforts have helped the success of SPMC. I am very much confident that you'll keep up the good work for the years to come. If you think about time from when you started up to where you are today, I am certain that you will recognize the considerable growth in your expertise, wisdoms, and capabilities. And I hope you place that invaluable expertise and experience into monitoring or mentoring up and coming staff so that they can one day make a similar contribution to the hospital. Again, congratulations for unlocking another milestones, and I look forward to meeting you again in the next service awards ceremony. To all the people behind this event, to our OIC HR, Mr. Imandris, and the rest of the HR staff, thank you for making these virtual service awards possible. I appreciate your efforts in organizing this activity despite the pandemic. Though we are in the middle of a crisis, we should really give importance and value to these service awards because the period of service of our healthcare workers dictates worthiness of recognition, and their incomparable service should really be acknowledged. As your medical center chief, thank you so much for this honor. I am truly humbled to be an institution of people who have inspired me, who have helped me mold my being, who have helped me realize the potential of SPMC as a whole in making a difference in the whole world. I will not be able to macromanage everything and devise strategies to alleviate the situation of those who are affected by the pandemic and those who are in need if it weren't for your support. We have all managed over the years to get along and grow as a family, dividing up our areas of expertise, yet uniting as one when it was needed the most. Once again, thank you and congratulations on achieving a significant milestone in your careers.
Thank you very much, Dr. Audan. Alam niyo po, if there's one thing na alam ko na nakakataba ng puso, it is through the most sincere way of verbally expressing it. And every service awardee deserves that.
And because they are truly deserving, we have invited the best inspirational speakers we know of. Someone who knows our awardees by heart because he himself is a healthcare worker, a public servant, and a true-blooded SPMCian. Please welcome the DOH Chief of Staff and Undersecretary of Health for Administration and Finance, Undersecretary Dr. Leopoldo Vega.
To my SPMC family, first of all, I really miss you all, standing in front of you and talking about the good things that you have given for Southern Philippines Medical Center. It is really an honor to speak to you today on this very important occasion wherein we will recognize and appreciate people who have dedicated their lives, their time, and their effort for the upliftment of Southern Philippines Medical Center. To all the retirees, to all of those who have served the institution well, this is not the end. This is but the beginning of a new life, especially for those who have given most of their time and effort for so many years in this institution. We will always recognize you. We will always remember you in our hearts. Since you planted the seeds, and we are now reaping the fruits and the harvest of your deeds many years ago. Your life will have to change from something that has been very dynamic and very energetic to something that is going to be reflective of your age. With this, I hope that with these coming years and this pandemic, we will be able to find a solution for us to be better protected, not only for ourselves, but for our children. Again, I formally appreciate and give honor to those who have served this institution well. Good day to you all.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name, 'cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, and I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember, and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. Memories bring back your.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. I say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home, but there's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll blow my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we go work it out. Move mountains.
107.5.
We can work it out. Move mountains. I'll rise up like the flame. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Like us, they once started as fresh graduates and board passers eager to find a job and earn their first pay. And today, they are celebrating their 20th. Congratulations to
Miss Evelyn May Apelanes, Miss Maria Asuncion Avisado, Miss Maria Monet Bongat, Mr. Reynaldo Bueno, Miss Agnes Castro, Mr. Ronald Colobong, Mr. Claro Cobero Jr., Miss Jocelyn Dakipil, Dr. Jose Emanuel Del Fiero, Dr. May Concepcion Dolendo. Miss Maribel Fusilero. Miss Joy Ilagan. Miss Cecil Hapson. Miss Romena Haso. Miss Christy Manguray. Miss Freza Muanya. Miss Josette Nierves. Miss Maribeth May Obenza. Dr. Gemma Otero. Miss Marie Yvette Rosete. Mr. Don Mark Rosos. Miss Joanne Veroy. Today, some of our colleagues is celebrating their silver anniversary with SPMC. Salamat po sa kanila.
Miss Ruth Kabadi. Miss Maricel Conigo. Miss Esterlita Francia. Mr. Joel Garcesa. Miss Maria Victoria Havonillo. Miss Rolenda Maglangit. Eva Masaubi. Dr. Arnold Pasha. Mr. Danilo Ramos. Mr. Otilio Sabater Jr. Engineer Henry Tancho. Miss Nelfa Villodres. Dr. Dalaine Visitacion. Dr. Hill Yara. Di matatawaran ang puso at dedikasyon ng aming kasamahan sa health sector. Hats off po sa mga service awardees for their 30 years of dedication. These are
Miss Jessica May Alaban, Mr. Eulogio Bukaw Jr., Mr. Eddie Simafranca, Miss Pedrina Crisostomo, Miss Elvira De Leon, Mr. Fernando Dehanio, Dr. Hilario Diaz, Mr. Luis Flores, Miss Amelita Lorejo, Mr. Rolly Manabogan, Miss Cha puso rin kaming nagpapasalamat sa ating mga service awardees for 35 full years. Sila ay walang iba kundi sina
Miss Lucille De Jesus, Dr. Herman Hernandez, Miss Elsie Maniwang, Dr. Jose Matilak Jr., Miss Norma Milalios, Miss Loretta Montes, Miss Mary Grace Ratas,
It is time to recognize our fellow workers for having served at SPMC. We recognize those who have rendered 40 years in service. Maraming salamat po kina
Mr. Rodolfo Alaganyon, Mr. Alvin Alviola, Miss Guillerma Apigo, Miss Charito Bargamento, Miss Juana Baybay, Miss Evangeline Castro, Mr. Teresito Pizarro, Miss Josephine Ramirez, Mr. Romeo Pandapatan, Congratulations to all our service awardees, and once again, daghan kaayong salamat to all our retirees for many years of service as public servant in health sector. And just before you all leave our beloved SPMC, it would be such a privilege to hear from you first. Today, we are blessed to hear from three amazing leaders, the first of which is someone we all consider as father in the pediatrics department who has served for 29 years. Please welcome Dr. Michael Manalaysay.
Good afternoon, my fellow retirees and to my SPMC family. Retirement for me is symbolic of two important things. The first is remembering, or a remembrance. When I first entered the doors of Southern Philippines Medical Center, or then Davao Medical Center, through the invitation of one of my most beloved mentors, Dr. Jerry Cunanan, in 1991, I never thought that I would spend at least 30 years of my most important and productive life in SPMC. This is where I gained a significant part of my knowledge, my experience, and wisdom, not only as a doctor, but as a person. I have very fond memories of SPMC. For the last 3 decades, it has been my second home. And the people in it, I consider as family. As a matter of fact, my own biological family has been and is still part of SPMC. And I know they will be here for many years to come. My eldest daughter, Dr. Trish, was an intern here several years ago and is now a nephrology consultant in the Department of Internal Medicine. My eldest son, Dr. Patrick, spent a lot of years in the orthopedic department and was its chief resident before he left. Our youngest, Dr. Mikey, is currently the chief resident of the Department of Anesthesiology, and he will be finishing in December. And to add, my daughter-in-law, Dr. Rachel, is now currently a nephrology fellow in the Department of Pediatrics. Soon after I arrived, I was entrenched in the leadership of the hospital, which gave me the opportunity to contribute to what SPMC is today. I had a chance of assuming several functions and positions in the hospital over those years. And I can remember that they were very memorable positions or functions that I performed that was close to my heart, and one of them was when I was the chief training officer of the whole hospital in the late 1990s, which allowed me to be involved in major decisions which shaped SPMC's future. There were also times when I was delegated as the officer in charge, or OIC, and that was very important to me. But being one of the key leaders in a very big institution such as SPMC was very stressful. So after a while, I chose to embark on a less, perhaps, taxing work, but more important as well for me, in the Department of Pediatrics. I became the training officer of the Department of Pediatrics for 7 years and its chairman for 13 years. And in those years, I have had the opportunity to be close and relate with the most intelligent, experienced, and compassionate consultants that I can have ever had the chance to work with. And I had the chance to mentor a lot of talented and persevering residents who are now consultants in their own right in their respective areas of practice. Almost all of them have become my friends. I have given my life to SPMC, and in particular to the Department of Pediatrics. I believe that there are two important blessings and resources that I have left or I will leave behind in the department that I will truly cherish. And what's one of them which comes to mind is the creation of Anak Kaugmaon Foundation, which is the support foundation of the Department of Pediatrics, giving assistance to indigent children admitted in our hospital, as well as contributing and supporting the pediatric residency training program. And we have been doing this for 24 years. The second is, this is also the institution where my dream of developing and creating a pediatric nephrology fellowship program truly came into fruition. Today, we are the only pediatric nephrology fellowship training program outside Metro Manila and the fifth in the whole Philippines. Of course, the second most important thing about retirement is, for me, retirement is synonymous with opportunity, actually more opportunities, because basically we have more time to do more, I guess, even if we're already in our senior years. Why opportunity? In life, there are many doors and windows. Sometimes they close, sometimes they open. And in the past, when we look back, if there were some doors that were not open to us, I'm sure that there have been other doors or even windows that truly opened. There are times that we can say that, oh, that opportunity was lost, but actually in reality, if we again reflect, they may have been blessings because we have been given other things to do or other opportunities that help us develop to become a true person. As a matter of fact, retirement may mean also that there may be a better life ahead. So to my fellow retirees, I will address this to them. Let's retire from work. Let us not retire from life. This time, work to live and not live in work. Make sure that we have enough to sustain us, perhaps financially, for the next 20 to 30 years because we still have a lot of things to do. Let's leave the past behind and never allow anything to hinder us from moving forward to our golden years. Let us not allow anything in the past to limit our potential. If we have to forgive, then let's forgive. Look forward to a bright future or a bright tomorrow every day. And let us thank God for the life we've had or we have lived, and look forward with love and gratitude in our heart. So thank you very much, my SPMC family. Thank you very much for the opportunities, the blessings, the consolations. God bless us all.
The SPMC Nightingales are blessed to have two very good leaders. Today is bittersweet for all of us because they will be both embarking another journey in their lives. Our second speaker today is a nurse academician by heart. She loves to learn and teach the nursing generation of the future. It is such an honor to introduce her to you. Our chief nurse, whose public service is an awesome 41 years of service, please welcome Mrs. Vilma Comoda.
Distinguished guest speaker, Undersecretary of Health, Dr. Leopoldo Vega, Dr. Ricardo Audan, our Medical Center Chief, Dr. Eleanor Concha, OIC, Chief of Clinics, Chief Administrative Officer, Attorney Oscar Mata, Chief Finance Officer, Mrs. Barbara Cesar, Mrs. Lani Paler, Acting Chief of the Professional and Allied Health Services Division, and members of the Executive Committee or EXECOM, our service awardees, my co-retirees, members of the SPMC family, guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen. A very happy Service Awards Day to all. Congratulations to all the service awardees and my co-retirees. Isn't it amazing that our Human Resource Management Office has actively organized this impressive virtual event with the support of the hospital EXECOM? Hats off to Mr. Emmanuel Driz and his magnificent team. With my 41 years of service, Southern Philippines Medical Center has been my second home, next to my family. This is where I gained innumerable precious memories with my past and present co-workers and clients, starting from the first day of my duty as a young, single, fresh graduate staff nurse to my 26 years of being a chief nursing officer up to the last day of my work on December this year, as I keep on enjoying my status as a grandmother to my apo, a wife to my retired husband, and a mother to my 3 sons who are all happily born here in SPMC. And another bonus as a mother-in-law to 2 lovely nurses who once worked here in our beloved SPMC. At this point, I can say that I now understand the feelings of becoming a retiree. The thought of leaving the portals of SPMC makes me sentimental, nostalgic, makamingaw, at the same time relaxed and eager to experience a different kind of life, from a full-time chief nurse to a full-time housewife, staying at home, especially in this time of pandemic. My new boss will be my husband. Surely, I will miss the meetings of the various hospital committees and our day-to-day active interactions and organizational activities or events. Of course, I will cherish the warm smiles and the good vibes I got from the people I served and worked with, and I will sincerely treasure the fellowship I enjoyed from the SPMC family. God has wonderfully retained me in SPMC, which I consider as my destiny. Undoubtedly, since SPMC is a significant part of Davao City, I could say life is here in SPMC. I thank God by letting me witness His love and mercy in the lives of our patients. Right here in SPMC, we are taught and we learned what genuine empathy is when we encounter suffering patients in deep pain and when we care for the lonely and abandoned ones, the dying, the least, the last, the lost, and the left out. It is indeed an honor and pride to be a part of this great institution, which I confidently regard as an excellent training ground where learning opportunities abound. It is a school in itself where creativity, flexibility, and discipline are developed. Thanks to SPMC and to our government for providing me and the entire SPMC community many unique, diverse, rare, rich, and meaningful learning experiences that molded us as public servants. Personally and professionally, I truly feel very blessed to be directed by awesome medical center chiefs, notably the late brilliant Dr. Gerardo Conanan, the visionary Dr. Leopoldo Vega, now our Undersecretary of Health, and our current dynamic and goal-oriented medical center chief, Dr. Ricardo Audan. Their influence and their leadership by example have inspired me and other employees to serve with compassion, commitment, and competence. To them, I owe my profound gratitude. Endless thanks goes also to all the nursing personnel, nurses, midwives, and nursing attendants under the nursing division. From the unit or nursing staff to the management levels, nurse 3, head nurses, supervisors, clinical coordinators, nursing department heads or nurse 5, and to our very able assistant chief nurses, Ofe, Linda, and Joy. I sincerely appreciate and value the nurturing and professional spirit, the cooperation and dedication of these healthcare heroes. Likewise, super thanks also to all the management and staff of the other divisions such as the administration, finance, professional and health services, and the office of the chief of clinics for the selfless support and collaboration. With all my heart, I wish all the men and women of SPMC success in work endeavors despite the challenging pandemic. May each one of us will never lose hope. Instead, we will stay stronger and united. Together, we will rise above the storm, and while healing as one, we will find the sunshine. Most of all, let us continue to strive for SPMC to reach its vision to be a world-class medical center and be the leading medical center of healing and progress in our country amidst the challenges of time. With the help of the Almighty Father, nothing is impossible. God bless SPMC and God bless you. God bless us all. Long live SPMC!
Sabi nga po ni Sir Mark kanina, 2 of our nursing leaders shall be leaving their post this year. Public service may have a retirement age, but we are sure the flame of their nightingale lamps will keep on burning brightly. Today, we bid farewell to them as they reap the joys of having served fully. To also impart her message to all of us, please welcome our 42 years service awardee, Assistant Chief Nurse, Mrs. Ofelia Ompoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I remember 42 years and 3 months ago, since my last duty day on July 18, 2021, when I first applied for the position of a staff nurse on the 2nd week of December 1978 to the late Mrs. Gregoria A. Maglaya, then the chief nurse of Davao Medical and Training Center, After I finished my 4 months of DOH required Rural Health Service Program for newly licensed nurses, I could still vividly recall Ma'am Greg saying, "We do not accept GN degree graduates. We prefer to accept BSN graduates here." In other words, my application was denied. But not convinced of my denial, I returned a week after, and the rest is history. I am so in love with this hospital that it is my one and only employer until this retirement. Although back then, overseas employment were also rampant. But destiny talaga, I believe. I cannot thank God enough for the opportunity to work in this prestigious and beloved institution of mine, and the joy working with people who were not only colleagues, but some of whom became friends for life. The mentoring attitude, the kindness, understanding, camaraderie, and the support shown to me by my seniors molded me to become the best version of myself as a person and as a professional nurse. Times were quite difficult then. Imagine with no computers, no internet, no cell phones, and resources were mostly scarce. Would you believe that we had a 1:1 ratio for our nurses? Oh, isn't that a very ideal ratio, you may ask? But that is not what we normally thought. That ratio is 1 nurse to 1 ward with 40 or more patients. We also recycle or reprocess our equipment, supplies, and materials, which were supposed to be of single use. Some of which were syringes, needles, gloves, tubings, sponges, and more pa. But despite these challenges, the values we learned behind the lack were priceless, which form part somehow of one's attitude and character. Didn't I tell you that life was difficult during the DRMTC and DMC days because of the lack of resources? Asa ragud ka diha na ang nurse ni reseta og oxygen gauge sa watcher nga hambugero kay mupalit na lang daw siya og gauge kay dili siya magpa-share sa uban na patients. Ug unya nibalik og nireklamo kay perti di aing mahala. Nagpa-share na lagi siya. How did it come about? Since there were only very few oxygen gauges allotted per ward, against the number of patients who were requiring oxygenation, what the nurses did was they connected the oxygen tubing to the IVF tubing. So this will serve as an extension, and attach the nasal cannula, and instantaneously was able to oxygenate 2 or 3 patients with 1 oxygen gauge. Only in DMC. Another scenario. Since we lack pediatric oxygen mask, what the nurses did was make a cone from a semi-hard pliable cardboard with holes on it. The size is commensurate to the size of the child's face. And then secure it with a plaster. And presto, we already have a pediatric oxygen mask. Isa pa gyud, kay wala man may infusion pump to regulate the amount of blood to be infused to the babies, guess what the nurses did? To carry out the order of 70 cc from a 250 cc blood bag. She provided the watcher with pen and paper with excess on it. Kay plenty of X, so excess. Then she instructed the watcher to count the drops. For every 10 drops, that is equivalent to 1 cc. So for every 10 excess, he will encircle it and write 1, meaning 1 cc, until he reaches 70. Therefore, that is now equivalent to 70 cc. And then instruct further that after he completed the 70 cc, she will or he will inform the nurse so that the nurse will terminate that blood transfusion. According to the nurse, this is also one way of keeping the watcher stay awake. O di ba bongga? These practices were not ideal, we know. But with our hands tied due to the scarcity of resources, thus creativity sets in. And of course, not compromising the safety of the patient. There were several milestones this hospital has developed through the years. I considered myself blessed as it all unfolded before my very eyes. Just to name a few, the changing of name from DRMTC to DMC to SPMC, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the different chiefs of hospital of this institution, dead or alive, to the late Dr. Alberto Gahol, to the late Dr. Asuncion Paraan, the late Dr. Gerardo Cunanan, in whom I was lucky to play the role of Rachel, the wife of Jacob, played by Dr. Jerry, in that very successful stage play entitled Joseph the Dreamer, which he co-directed and participated by around 100 hospital personnel or more, coming from the administration, nursing, and medical division. This is for the purpose of raising funds to buy wheelchairs and stretchers for our OPD patients. It was held at CAP Auditorium for 3 or 4 Saturdays and Sundays. Mind you, there were several milestones this hospital has developed through the years. I considered myself blessed as it all unfolded before my very eyes. Just to name a few, the changing of name from DRMTC to DMC to SPMC, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the different chiefs of hospital of this institution, dead or alive, to the late Dr. Alberto Gahol, to the late Dr. Asuncion Paraan, the late Dr. Gerardo Cunanan, in whom I was lucky to play the role of Rachel, the wife of Jacob, played by Dr. Jerry, in that very successful stage play entitled Joseph the Dreamer, which he co-directed and participated by around 100 hospital personnel or more, coming from the administration, nursing, and medical division. This is for the purpose of raising funds to buy wheelchairs and stretchers for our OPD patients. It was held at CAP Auditorium for 3 or 4 Saturdays and Sundays. Mind you, Dr. Vega and Dr. Ardan were also in that play. My special thanks goes to Dr. Leopoldo Vega, who dedicated his life of modernizing this hospital up until his retirement. But I know his heart remains here in SPMC, even if he is now one of the Undersecretaries of Health. Thank you to the youngest, handsome, equally abled new medical center chief, no other than Dr. Ricardo Audan, for his enthusiasm in continuing the work left by his predecessor, Dr. Bong Vega. My heartfelt thanks also goes to my nursing family, to the late Mrs. Gregoria Maglaya, Mrs. Narcesa Arceo, both my chief nurses then, the late Paz Factura, my predecessor, my supervisors, most of them have already returned to our Creator. I pray that they already have received their reward, prepared by the Lord for the many good things they have done for this institution as stewards of His vineyard. I am looking forward to seeing SPMC soar high as an eagle, bringing healing to the suffering people in the most competent, compassionate, and human-centered care possible. Lastly, I would like to borrow these truths from the Seniors Lifetime magazine, which states, "Your life is your gift, a gift you get to share with the world, a gift you don't get for long, a gift with no guarantees. So therefore, make the most of your gift." Finally, according to Bishop Robert Barron, he says, "Your life is not about you. Your life is a mission. Find that mission, and once you found it, be faithful to it, until one day, when you will already give an account of the work attached to that mission, you will gladly report to your Supreme Commander-in-Chief, saying, Mission accomplished, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Parting is such a sweet sorrow, ika nga. It is more heartbreaking if we never had the chance to say goodbye, to console our bereaved families, and to properly honor them like we used to.
Sa gitna ng pandemya ng 2020, we have lost our colleagues, fellow frontliners not just to COVID, but to old age as well. Today, we take this moment to honor them and reminiscing about their goodness and their lives. Let's watch this.
You must have been in a place so dark you couldn't feel the light reaching for you through that stormy cloud. Now here we are gathered in our little hometown. This can't be the way you meant to draw a crowd. Oh, that's what I keep asking. Was there anything I could have said or done? Oh, I had no clue you were masking a troubled soul. God only knows what went wrong and why you would leave the stage in the middle of a song. Now in my mind I'll keep you frozen as a 17-year-old, rounding third to score the winning run. You always played with passion, no matter what the game. When you took the stage, you shine just like the sun. Oh, that's what I keep asking. And was there anything I could have said or done? Oh, troubled soul. Oh, God only knows what went wrong and why you leave the stage in the middle of a song. Swaying in the early autumn breeze, a golden sun is shining on my face. The tangled thoughts I hear a mockingbird sing. This old world really ain't that bad a place. Oh, there's no and who am I to try to judge or explain? Oh, but I do have one burning question. Who told you life wasn't worth the fight? They were to walk away in the middle of a song. You're a beautiful song. You're absolutely beautiful song.
Dr. Santiago Aquino. Mr. Daniel Atamosa. Mr. Solomon Bangkiao. Miss Jalin Capesos. Miss Remedios Carillo. Mr. Jimmy Petras. Miss Orsolita Zaragoza. Miss K. Angeline Piñon. Miss Raquel Tamonde. Dito po sa SPMC, we highly value commitment and loyalty, and we take special recognition for those who have weathered in these trying times. Salamat po for joining hands with us through thick and thin. We hope for your fruition of your dreams, hopes, and aspiration. You are all truly SPMCian sa puso at sa gawa. Maraming salamat po.
Yet again, another special online and digital event is about to come to a close. To do the honors of addressing our awardees one last time, our Chief Administrative Officer, Attorney Oscar Mata.
To the retirees and service awardees, the guest of honor, DOH Undersecretary and Chief of Staff, Dr. Leopoldo J. Vega, the Medical Center Chief of SPMC, Dr. Ricardo B. Audan, the heads of divisions, friends, good afternoon. I am honored to have witnessed once again this momentous annual event where SPMC management honors and recognizes the service of retirees and other personnel who have reached the respective milestones of service. These service awards to all retirees and other personnel has never been so fitting and relevant today as we are in the midst of our fight to defeat this COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, I would even consider that this service award is meant not only for the specific honorees as contained in the list, but goes as well to all SPMC personnel, especially those assigned at the front lines, whose health, family, and even their own lives are at risk. To the retirees and service awardees, and all SPMC personnel, for that matter, you are the living heroes. Thus, in behalf of your SPMC family, I commend your commitment and dedication to public service. Verily, had it not been for your personal commitment and valuable service, SPMC would not have been able to fight effectively this COVID-19 pandemic. As I close this ceremony, let me say to the service awardees who will still be staying and working for more years in the hospital, let us continue to perform our respective tasks and responsibilities with even much greater zeal and commitment, because by doing so, we would not only fulfill our solemn oath of duty, but we will give glory and honor to our God Almighty, because serving the least of our fellow men is considered as the greatest form of worship to our God. And to the retirees, allow me to quote 2 Timothy verses 4-7 in the Bible. And it says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. On that final note, I should say to the retirees that indeed you have already accomplished your calling to public service, and you have done it well. You have truly and faithfully served SPMC. You have won the race. Thank you, and let us all stay safe and healthy amidst this COVID pandemic.
It is truly an honor to be given the opportunity to express our utmost gratitude to our service awardees and send off our retirees to a life that is worry-free. This has been Lotes Jason.
And I am Mark Andrada. Once again, maraming salamat for all that you do for our patients and for choosing to commit yourself to the service to the forefront despite these very trying times. God bless you all, and God bless SPMC.